What's going on, everyone? Happy
Hello.
Thursday.
Happy Thursday Night Live. Can everybody hear us?
Welcome to our Thursday night live stream.
I'm Rachel.
And I'm Joe.
And we are Two Crazy Ketos.
And if you're new to our channel, welcome. Here on Two Crazy Ketos, we do different things like recipe videos, and we do product reviews, and we talk about various keto topics. And then every Monday, we sit down on the couch for Keto on the Couch. We just kind of talk about what's going on in our lives for the week.
You can find us in different social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
And we have a website, which is twocrazyketos.com, and that's where you're going to find all of our different recipes. Now, we do upload at least 5 new videos every single week, so make sure you subscribe to our channel.
And don't forget to hit the little bell icon, and that way every single time we upload a new video, you'll be alerted to it.
So hopefully everything goes good with this stream. I've spent the entire afternoon setting things up. We've now got like 32-inch televisions here to monitor things. It's funny, yesterday during our live stream with Bronson, people were like, what is Joe looking at? So the way everything looks like, here's the camera.
Right.
Here's one television, and here's another one, and Bronson's image was up there. So Rachel is awesome at looking at the camera and like acting like he is right there, but he's actually up there, and I can't do that. I'm like looking up.
Well, I have good peripheral vision.
Oh, really?
So I can see like
me.
what's up there and at the same. I can, you know, I got a good cross eye.
So hopefully everything goes well tonight.
Well, scroll up just so I can see that people can hear us.
They can, because the iPod audio bar is right there. Nice. So it tells us that we have audio bars now.
I love that.
So
we hear you loud and clear. I love that. Thank you, Blaine. That's all I care about is Blaine telling me. I know that you've told me, but like I hear they've told me, and now I feel rusted in my body.
Tania says, hello from the Bronx.
Oh, how cool. Hello.
So Chris said, yo dog, got multiple monitors. We bought 2 32-inch televisions to help so I can see better, so that we can see everything that's going on.
We're trying. We're trying. I mean, we mess up so heinously, but we're trying to make it.
Yeah, I got some cool things like with chat overlays, but I'm still working on that. It's just gonna take some time. So
can we say hi to some people?
Okay. So, well, we have a lot. We're not going to go scroll all the way back because there's a lot. I noticed that Shelly is here, Gail is here, Jerry is here, Donna's here, Steph is here, Emily's here, For My Boys is here.
Yay!
Debbie's here, Chris and Miriam are both here. Sabrina
is
here from Kokomo.
Ooh, way down in Kokomo.
Let's see. I saw Shauna is here.
Hey,
Lisa
Shauna.
is here. Life Station Express. There's a name I haven't seen before.
Well, hello.
Jennifer is here. Jerry is here. Mini North Carolina fan is here. Paul is here.
He says, all right, get ready to skip.
Well, yes. Well, the more people in the live stream, it's just too hard. It scrolls too fast.
Like,
so
boop,
we do the
boop,
best
boop.
we can. If you do have a comment that you absolutely want us to see, you can always use the super chat or the supers. Actually, not the super sticker, because that won't allow you to put a chat. But there's a super chat option down below that will highlight your message, and it pops up on the screen so that we can see it. But you may have noticed tonight's live stream had a title on it, on the thumbnail.
I didn't even see it.
And it was, what can you accomplish? And you may have seen that the picture on tonight's thumbnail
was the chicken inside of Grayson's cage.
No, that wasn't that one. That's this one. You're talking about this one right here.
I was trying to get her out of the cage all day. She wanted to be a parrot today, and then I couldn't get Tab out of the pool.
Well, so if you don't know, so Grayson, we moved Grayson out on the patio. He likes it on the patio because there's always people out there, and he likes the sunshine and stuff. But we don't lock his cage. So, and it doesn't matter if you lock the cage or not, because he knows how to open it. He's actually figured out how to undo snaps and everything else.
We should have named him Houdini.
We used to put like bands on there. He could undo them. So we just said, you know what? You get to hang out here. He leaves the gate, the door, you can see it's wide open.
He comes inside.
Just like that. The whole top is open. And every once in a while, the chickens get on the patio and they're crawling inside the cage with him.
Bessie
they've got some nerve.
Was all about it.
Yes.
She was all about it today.
So anyway, the picture that we had for today, we went to the Keys and we taught ourselves how to paddleboard, which was an experience, to say the least.
It was.
And on the last day that we were actually paddleboarding. We tried on the last day, but the last day we were there, but it was a little rough, and we're kind of new, and I have balance issues because of my legs. And but we were getting ready to go in, and I noticed off in the distance this little island. And I'm like, I see some people out there on jet skis. How far could that really be? So I said to Rachel...
I was squinting to see the island.
I said, it was exposed because it was low tide. So I said to her, I challenge you that we're going to paddle all the way out there, standing up.
He double dog dared me.
And so it was cool.
I had to.
We saw like a couple of giant barracuda. We saw like a 6 foot wide, not long, wide manta ray.
Yeah.
It's really cool because you're like 6 feet above the water, or she's 5'7" above the water.
And a half.
And you get to see this thing swimming underneath you. Turns out it was 1.8 miles from where we started.
From the shoreline.
And it was the best experience I have ever had, because you got out there and it was a reef that is now exposed because it's low tide, and there were hermit crabs and little fish trapped and things. And it really occurred to us that we're only able to do this because of this lifestyle. Because there was no way that 3 years ago we could have paddleboarded 1.8 miles out into the middle of the ocean.
And then we had to come back.
And then come back. So what is it that you can accomplish now because you've started this eating lifestyle?
Yeah.
For my boys, thank you very much for the $4.99
to help pay for setup. Thank you.
Super chat. Thank you very much.
That.
We really do appreciate that.
Thank you.
I wanted to mention, because I know we have a bunch of people who are asking questions about the challenge. First of all, do not forget, you have
until April
20 days.
15th.
20 days
Formerly
to get the May
tax
box.
day.
You want me to open it?
No!
20 days to get the May box.
Don't make my armpit sweaty.
But you definitely want the May one. You're going to be really upset when you don't have it. These came today. I figured we'd try them. I have not tried it yet. Brand new flavor.
Cheddar jalapeno.
We're all about the jalapeno.
Has anybody tried these? I feel like Slapstick has.
Okay, so Anthony makes fun of me for this.
It is the right way to do it,
This is how you open a bag, because now you have a pouch.
Yes. Thank you. The dinkum?
Dink.
Dink.
Oh, those are good.
Oh, okay.
At first, it's just cheese.
It's just cheese. I was like, this tastes exactly like the cheddar ones. Jalapeno on the back. It's the jalapeno flavor, not the spice.
Right, it's not spicy.
Which is
good.
It's
not like the spicy ones, which I happen to really like. The hot
I like
ones.
those too, but not everybody likes that.
Right. So those are good. There's a link for them down below. There's also a link for the Chow Club. Somebody actually asked me the other day, with the Chow Club, will they also get the discount for regular stuff? And you won't. What it is they're like separate entities. So if you want to get a Chow Club box, the link down below will get you 10% off of your first box. But if you want to order some other stuff, you have to use the other link. Because the Chow Club, you're also going to get free shipping and stuff. So you have to kind of keep them separate.
Heath wants to know, speaking of the challenge, why are there no frog legs or iguanas on the list?
Because you wrote it.
Of meats to eat. Because I wrote it.
Okay.
You'll also notice that there are no organ meats.
Well, let's talk about this. So Bronson was on last night, and we've got the No Joke Challenge.
Seriously, no joke.
So it's going to be April 1st to April 30th. It's free to everybody. Bronson's going to be coaching us through. It is not a requirement. The whole goal of this challenge is to increase lean muscle.
Yep.
It's not about losing fat, but you will lose fat in the long run because you're going to increase lean muscle. You also get to eat more because you're going to speed up your metabolism.
I'm all about
and
that.
Increase your basal metabolic rate, which is like how much you burn just sitting doing nothing, which is my favorite thing to do.
Yes.
So
I'm so good at it. I nail it.
So that's going to start on April 1st. Bronson's going to be here every Wednesday live to kind of coach us through, answer questions,
Bring
things
your
like
questions.
that. On top of that, this is not part of the challenge. This was something Rachel actually came up ahead of time because every month we do kind of like an inspiration, a challenge, or something like that. So Rachel came up with the 30 days of, can you use these foods or these protein sources in your meal?
just to make it something different, because we are talking about a lot of protein, and I find that personally, I'm kind of like I am with outfits. I will wear the same thing because it's the top of the laundry. Like Joe is especially like that, right? Whatever's the top of the drawer, we could wear the same shirt like a million times because you wash it and it's back in the top of the drawer. And sometimes we, and we definitely do this, hamburger, bacon, eggs, repeat. Chicken breast, repeat. So I don't want anybody to get bored. Right? As they're trying to increase their protein. There's a lot of fun proteins out there. Now that doesn't mean, because I've seen a lot of people say that like they're worried that, oh, is that what I have to eat? If you say chicken thighs, is that like all day long the only thing that I can eat is chicken thighs? No. Just see if you can incorporate it into one meal.
Right.
And I'm excited to see what recipes people come up with to go with that.
Then we could steal them. This is nothing to do with the challenge itself. It's not like a requirement to do Bronson's challenge to do this. This was just kind of fun thing. Like we like watching things like Chop. So what kind of things can you come up with some of the different things here? So we have a couple of super chats here. My boys gave us a couple other ones. He said one more. I love you guys.
I love you.
And he said there was one more I think that we skipped here. Shannon gave us a $4.99 super chat. Thank you so much. And For My Boys also said, I don't know how to change the amount, so I'm sending multiples. I don't want to stop watching to learn. Well, thank you.
Bless your heart. Well, thank you so much. And we're excited. We're excited to learn new things. Now, I did post in the Two Crazy Ketos family group the PDF for all of Bronson's stuff.
I put that up too. And it's in there a couple times.
And I love that he's got videos for because I'm a visual learner. You tell me what I'm supposed to do, and that falls really flat. Like I like to see it and see if I can, repeat it. I need to watch him do it over and over again.
Christopher said, doing a different protein every day would be rough. I usually eat pretty much the same thing for a few days, especially when you get into stuff like pork shoulder. Yeah, and absolutely. It's
totally
just like, hey, you know what? Hey, I don't know. I want to try something different today. Look on there and see what you can do with it. But believe me, I will not be doing every one of those.
Well, but some people don't meal prep every single day. Some people are like, I don't know what I should eat today. And so maybe, this would be some fun thing to bring with you on the Grinch list. Speaking of Slapstick, he had a great review of the Coke with the coffee in it.
I know, we can't find it.
We can't find it. The only one that I've been able to find is the regular Coke.
Yeah, they have like all 4 flavors, but none of them have none of them are sugar free. Blaine wants to know why not separate the back of the seam? Because every time you cut it at the seam, it rips more. So, you ever just rip the top or separate, and then all of a sudden it's ripping down, and now the bag is falling apart. When you rip it this way, it goes all the way through, and now you have like a little pouch. And if you buy the cereal ones like this, you can just put a little bit of milk in there.
I'm gonna tell you, this may sound weird, but I actually, when we have ground beef, we'll put ground beef right in that and use it as a dish.
You can do that with, you do that with like Quest chips.
Yeah, we do that camping
taco
too.
Quest
like a walking taco.
Yes. Finally, I'm in.
Welcome.
Steph said, I got an order today of all the meats in week 1, but I've got to sub for some that I can't find. It's not as clean as I'd like it.
No problem. I'm just excited, whenever anybody is trying it, because isn't it fun when we're eating the same thing together? So like on chicken thigh day, if we're all eating chicken thighs, we may eat it with different recipes and stuff, but I don't know. It just feels like a family meal.
Janice, thank you very much for the $4.99 super chat. I like the chat here instead of up there.
Yeah.
I'm still not looking in the camera, but I'm looking here. I like not up like that.
Well, and it's closer for Grandpa
looking
Joe.
Up, I completely forgot we have to show an announcement real quick.
Yes.
Ready? Dun dun dun. The 2KK Meatheads.
Yes. Oh my gracious. So there's our logo.
So that is a logo for our Patreon. So our Patreons are now known as the Meatheads.
which is an endearing thing, right? So we're Patreons of different groups, and they have like a logo. Five to Go is an RV group, and
they're called the Roadrunners.
They're called the Roadrunners. So we're the Meatheads.
We're trying to come up with a name for the people who watch our RV channel, which just got 10,000 subscribers
Praise
today.
the Lord!
I cannot believe that.
How exciting!
So we put up a cool video today about like how you can be a weekend warrior and like save up money and be able to go every other weekend.
You know, we're all about the saving money. Probably people are like, "Wow, you guys are weird," but yeah, we're cheap. Cheap.
Yeah, all of our patrons are now called the Meatheads. We had that logo drawn up. And for all of our $10 and above patrons, we're going to be ordering shirts. So we're going to be sending you out a form so that you can let us know what size, because the shirts, although they're not part of like the normal, like what you get when you sign up as Patreon, we want to give you guys a little gift for helping support the channel.
Yeah.
So we are going to order everybody who's a $10 or higher Patreon a shirt, and with that nice metal mascot on there.
How fun! Hopefully we can all like meet up at meetups.
Yes.
Soon and get to be together. I love it.
Denise said, "I joined the family group last night. I don't know if I'm approved yet. Watch what you wish for."
Oh yeah, no, I'm glad.
Usually you get approved really quickly because we have some incredible
moderators. We have the greatest moderators in the whole world, and just the most welcoming people. And I love the fact that they're keeping it a safe space. That's really awesome.
Yeah, Christopher said the thing I liked about the Coke Zero coffee is it doesn't have aspartame, which I was shocked when I was hearing you reading through that there was no aspartame.
Man, you look incredible too. P.S.
He looks awesome.
Like you just look amazing. I feel like every single video, you're like the elasticity in your skin is magnificent, sir.
Older Pennsylvania said if you put coffee in a glass of Zevia, you'll get the same taste. That is interesting.
I did not know that. You know, it's past, but did we? I don't think we got to sing Happy Birthday to Heather, and she just turned 21 years old. This past week. I'm just old enough to drink. Very exciting. Okay. Actually, she's a birthday sister to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's a baby.
The big high five. You guys are just babies.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Heather. Happy birthday to you, and many more.
Sabrina said, does anybody have problems with their thing freezing? It's saying that the stream is doing really well. Excellent.
Man.
Try like reloading your screen. That could be it.
I pray it's not on our end.
No, it says stream health is excellent.
Thank you, Jesus.
And there's no cache going on up there. So
awesome.
Steph said, yep, E1 has clicked to join and everyone who has clicked to join has been approved.
Awesome. So exciting. I mean, yeah,
Chris put up the Weekend Warrior video. Thank you very much, Chris.
Oh, thank you. There's more than 6,000 people in the Facebook family group, and I'm really excited. I'm really hoping that people enjoy this challenge. I know Bronson is super excited.
He is really excited about it.
And you know, I love anybody who's like discovering and continuing to discover their purpose, right? And he just really truly wants to help people get well. Exciting.
Christopher said he found that at a gas station. That's where I keep looking. Like Cumberland Farms was even giving them away for free last week, and none of them have the sugar-free ones. They all have the regular ones.
Tier.
Mary said, I just picked up a beautiful brisket pot roast from our local food co-op. Never seen a brisket like that before. I'll post a pic in the family group. It's round.
Wow.
Is it a point? It might be the point. So, you know, when you buy a brisket, sometimes when they separate them, they give you the point, which would be more rounded as opposed to the flat. The point has a lot more fat in it. You know what? That's usually what they make burnt ends with.
You know what I say when I'm ready for dinner and you're serving that? Let's get to the point.
Chris said, I'm sorry. Chris said, sorry, I'm back. I was buying cheddar jalapeno cheese puffs.
Yeah, yum, right?
Shelly said, we usually do the same meat for lunch, but we change up dinner, so this is going to be great for us.
Steph says, I'm so ready for the bologna. I've got plans for that one. I'm excited about that.
Fried bologna.
There's actually a lot of stuff that you can do with bologna. Mm-hmm. No bologna.
Yeah, Blaine wants to know where are the organ meats, and we should have some iguana steaks.
There you go. Anything you'd like to add to a recipe, you can. Or that could be another meal of the day.
Heather said that looks like Dr. Nellie's Bacon Boy.
Oh, how cute.
No idea. We hired some lady to, like, on Fiverr to draw it for us.
Yeah.
We didn't even tell her what we wanted.
Nellie.
We just said to her that, like, hey, we, our patrons are called Meatheads. I want it to be kind of, like, comical and, like, cartoonish. Come up with something. And that's what she gave us. I'm horrible at this kind of stuff.
Don't you love seeing somebody else's creativity, though?
Yeah.
I'm just not gifted in that area at all.
I'm excited for the challenge. Jerry said fried bologna. Lynn said, I eat boar's head liverwurst. I love liverwurst.
That's his love language right there. Mm-hmm. Liverwurst. Fried Spam. We found out we actually like it. Cooked over the fire at the campsite, fried Spam gets a crust really on it. We were completely blown away that it was actually really delicious.
Steph wants to know how we get the t-shirt size to you. I'm going to make up a form, and then we're going to message the form. We're going to put it up in the Patreon group. This way, I don't lose something. So you send us the form back, you email us the form back, and I will be able to like kind of go down a checklist. So we're going to work on that this weekend. I'm working on the t-shirt right now, on the actual design of the t-shirt.
Yeah.
Heather said, I feel younger at 50 than I did at 40.
Isn't that awesome? Mm-hmm. I know you feel the same way. Like, isn't that incredible? Did you think that you would have this level of mobility at 50?
No, I did not.
We were not making plans for a bright future when you were 40.
Donna said, why are you guys looking for a smaller camper? We're not. Okay, so it's funny. So if you do watch our camping channel, when we went to the RV show, we like our RV a lot. We call her Eleanor, if you didn't know that. And it's funny, somebody messaged me that, like, you know, you shouldn't call her Eleanor because somebody may come and take your camper.
Yes,
and I forget the person's name. So the person,
I have no idea.
The person who made the first movie of Gone in 60 Seconds, the original movie.
It's a good movie.
They trademarked the name Eleanor, and he passed away, and the wife now owns the name Eleanor in regards to any Mustang.
That's like a Shelby.
So, no, Mustang. Oh? So if you name your Mustang Eleanor
and then
publicly say something about it, like there was a YouTuber who actually rebuilt a Shelby Mustang and called her Eleanor. What? She sued and won that she owns any Mustang named Eleanor.
That's ridiculous.
And she has won several times. So you cannot name your Mustang Eleanor and then publicly talk about it, or she will come after you.
That is terrible.
Absolutely. So, but we don't have a Mustang. We have an RV. Anyway, I know Caleb was very upset about this when he heard it.
He's all about justice.
But I researched it.
He's like, that is not right.
Absolutely true. She owns all the trademarks for it.
He's like, that's not nice.
So anyway, when we went to, we love it, and we think it is the perfect couples camper.
We enjoy it.
And so when we went to the RV show, we went on a mission. I'm like, is there something better?
Yeah.
And we've put out, I think, 4 or 5 videos so far, and none of them come close to the amount of storage it has, the layout, what you get with it, the price. The closest we came to one were ones that were like $25,000 more, and they still weren't as good.
That's a lot of money
more. A little
more.
hint. Like, we never do find one that's better. We do find one that's better, but it's much bigger, and it's by the same company.
Yeah. So you'd have to go up in truck.
Yeah. No. Well, no. Our truck would make it, but it might work with issues down the side of the house because it's like it would actually fit down the side of the house. We're not looking to change though. It would fit down the side of the house, but the thing is, it weighs a lot more, and I'm already only getting 8 to 9 miles a gallon. So no, thank you.
Just drop it off at the gas station, hand him the keys.
Talk about 4 gallons to a mile. Let's see. If you're not approved yet, apply again. Okay.
So another thing that we're doing in the Two Crazy Ketos family group, if you hadn't seen it, is
Gone in 60 Seconds, called Eleanor. There's an original movie for that.
With Steve McQueen, if I'm not mistaken. He was a hottie patati. Side note. But there's an Easter egg decorating competition going on right now. So if this weekend, you want to decorate some eggs, and we did say in there it could be either a craft egg or it could be an actual egg, but I'm all about decorating regular eggs because I want all of the deviled eggs. Mm-hmm. I want all of them. All of them made.
I'm not a huge deviled eggs person.
What? How did we get together?
I can have a couple.
Oh no. I could eat my weight in deviled eggs. I am the Ron Swanson at the party of deviled eggs. Like, I want to bring deviled eggs, but I also do not want to share them. I want dozens of deviled eggs just for my own consumption. What do y'all think? Are you team deviled eggs, or are you like, a few?
No.
There's no such thing as a few.
Christopher said, I love when people complain about being sore all the time at age 35. I tell them not to worry. It goes away at 40.
Oh, that's awesome. That's really good.
Maitreya said, I took that idea last camping trip. It was fantastic. I feel, I like not feeling left out. And, well, sausages.
Yes, I'm all about it.
In Search of 76 said, just jumped in on your Patreon. So happy to be part of the 2KK family. Thank you very much. Chris said, also, you didn't have to wait 6 months with a sketchy dealer that you don't feel good about. Yeah, we were very blessed to get our rig from
Matt
at Matt's RV Reviews from General RV.
He's just fun to watch.
The problem with RVs right now is there is an across-the-board 10% increase on any 2022 because, you can't get materials. There's no refrigerators out there. There's no air conditioners. Lumber has quadrupled in price. I mean, a year ago, when we built that chicken coop, I paid $3 for a 2x4. When I built my little workbench in the garage, I spent $8.
That's crazy.
I cannot believe. So the cost of everything is like going way up.
Yeah.
Maitreya, thank you very much for the $5 super chat. The deviled eggs. Shauna said, I want none of the deviled eggs.
Shauna, really? Oh my gracious. All right, we can be besties because we can bring deviled eggs, and then you'll be like, I squirreled away more deviled eggs for you. She could score me more deviled eggs at the party and then like send them my way. We
used to do that at Costco.
What do you do? Yeah, when you used to get samples, you would go up and like somebody liked a sample better than the other person.
Anthony loved all those fish dips. You ever go to Costco and they would give like the salmon spread? He liked them all.
Fish dip.
Me, no.
Yeah.
And so he would just send everybody up.
The whole family.
Everybody go get me
me some fish dip. But if you go to a party, have you ever done that with your partner that like you've sent them to like get, fix their plate, but they know that they're supposed to be getting something for you up at the party table? Because Joe always knew if there's some extra, if there's cocktail shrimp, I can only get like a certain amount before it is inappropriate, that I have become an inappropriate party guest to be like, that's too much cocktail shrimp. But divided amongst the two of us, it doesn't look so bad. So I will send him up, and he has no intention of eating the cocktail shrimp, and I'm like, get it for me.
I love cocktail shrimp.
I just like spit on my lip. Did I get it?
You got it all.
So what do you get?
Heather said, get a fifth wheel and have a truck for work and one for camping.
Right? That'd be awesome.
Yeah, Anthony wants to eventually take over the landscape, and I'm like, son, you better saving up for a truck. Do you know how much those trucks cost? And you can't have mine because we need ours for an RV.
We need ours to tow the RV.
Honestly, landscaping is probably the only reason we don't have a fifth wheel, because they tow better, but I don't want to deal with the hitch in the back.
Mini NC fan says, love deviled eggs. Yes, all the deviled eggs.
Heather eats them every week.
Okay, I knew there's a reason why I totally love you. Like, yes, I would eat them all the time. I would eat egg salad all the time. Only I like the dill pickle in it. And Joe's like, no, thank you.
Heather said the RV place by our house has a huge selection of new RVs. I bet you a
amazing.
lot of them are sold. And but here's the thing: is you live like in RV country.
Yeah.
Remember, they're all made like up in Indiana and stuff like that.
Yeah, that area close to there. Debbie says that she makes awesome deviled eggs. What is your secret? I hate for you to have to disclose it right with everybody, but is there like a little secret that puts your deviled eggs over the top? Is it like paprika? Is it something dill? Do you put a little bit of minced onion in it? What is it that like, do you just have the perfect blend of mayonnaise to mustard ratio? Because you can overdo it. Have you ever gotten over mustard deviled eggs and you're like, okay,
yes.
That was a bridge too far, friend. A bridge too far.
Chris said we make deviled eggs for parties, or at least we did back when parties were a thing.
I know. I miss parties.
Sabrina said team deviled eggs. Make them tomorrow, as a matter of fact, for our family get-together on Saturday.
Can you make some for me, some extra for me, and be like, these are for Rachel? Because I would also, I'd like some deviled eggs. Hint.
Susie said, I love deviled eggs so much, but I don't eat them at a buffet. Don't get me started.
Oh, okay. So I will say that. If we go to back when all you could eat restaurants were a thing, we would shut those guys down back in the day. But yeah, if I would see deviled eggs at like Golden Corral, I'm not eating that. I was afraid of them. And there's probably nothing wrong with them, but I was afraid. I never ate that, and I never ate the shrimp or crab salad. I was always I actually would go by the salad bar, and that's where you would see the crab salad, there was a lot you didn't want to touch there. We don't want to get into the triggering things, but you never wanted to touch that chocolate fountain that every kid was sticking their finger in. But I'm talking about like regular food, like deviled eggs. I would literally hear in stereo the psycho like that sound, that like danger.
Jerry said, I had deviled eggs today from Firebird's restaurant with my 90-year-old dad.
Oh.
Started sharing all about keto.
How precious.
That would be awesome.
What a privilege to have your father with you. What a blessing. That's incredible.
Jennifer said, we bought our fifth wheel from Matt's RV in Oklahoma.
Oh my gosh. He's so fun, right? I just like watching him.
Sassy Steph said, I can't wait for the replay. Did anyone notice the flower vine behind Joe above the bunny on the box moved from one end to the other and back?
Oh, do we have a ghost? That is my Dollar Tree garland that's got eggs on it. Did it move? What's going on back there?
So Jenna said, hey Joe, what do you know? Hi Rachel, have you said balls tonight? So we've got this podcaster thing here.
Yes, we're working on this.
And it's got these buttons on here where you could put sound effects. I don't even remember what they all sound like, but like there's different ones.
Crickets.
And Rachel wants me to program one with her saying balls.
Balls.
Just so like I can go, balls.
Balls. Yes. We need that, right?
No,
that's a thing.
We really don't.
That's a thing we need.
Lisa said, I've been craving a big old plate of egg salad lately. I'm going to have to make it soon. I am craving chicken salad.
Really? I like your chicken salad, too.
My chicken salad's never the same, though.
I know.
Because it's like there is no... I mean, I have recipes. I just don't use the recipes.
It's like, a pinch.
Cook up some chicken breast. That looks like enough mayonnaise. That looks like enough salt. Oh, maybe 2 stalks of celery. Sometimes some relish.
You've made good egg salad with bacon grease, too.
Yes. Susie said, yesterday I mashed boiled egg with store-bought avocado oil pesto mayonnaise.
Oh, yum.
Surprisingly good. Also, drop a bit of yellow pepper juice. No need for the pickle.
Really? We're going to have to try that. I don't think I've ever had a spicy deviled egg. I don't think I've ever had that.
No.
Where like you add like a jalapeno or something to it, but that sounds amazing.
Leslie said buffets never keep eggs and seafood collection enough. Probably would get food poisoning.
Peggy says, I wonder why they're called deviled eggs. I think it's because I can't stop eating them. I think that's what it has something to do with that.
He said he dusts the deviled eggs with homemade pork and poultry barbecue rub.
That would be nice instead of like a paprika, just because then it's going to give kind of like a barbecue-y sweet flavor too. Smoky.
Deb said I've eaten soupy deviled eggs.
Yuck.
Prefer my own and
not
soup.
Yes. No. Yeah, you're right. Not only, man, I didn't realize like how elevated deviled eggs can be because it has to have the right taste, but it also has to have the right texture.
Yeah.
The wrong mouthfeel on a deviled egg will get
That just sounds wrong.
That's just not good. You have to have the right mouthfeel.
Christopher said, I've never used to measure deviled eggs until I started tracking macros and needed to know what is in it.
Yeah.
And Heather is an anti-paprika.
No, get that paprika off my deviled egg. I need to fix a door striker. I'll be back. Everyone behave. Quick, while Dad's gone.
Laura said, have you heard about the YouTube guy that only eats raw organ meat and drinks blood? No.
Oh, my Lord.
I don't think I want to.
Gracious.
Mary said, hey, Joe, you cook like me. Sometimes I tell hubby, if you like it, you may never get it again. If you hate it, you may never get it again.
You just don't know.
Rachel will be like, can you go work on some recipes? I'm like, she's like, you need to make that a recipe. I'm like, first I have to figure out how I exactly made it the first time. And I could never, ever come up with it again.
My mom made a dish that was like a marinated chicken that she called chicken stuff because... that was it. It was like chicken stuff. Let's get as close to how you remembered it when she nailed it, but it was just like that. It was different every time.
What were those things that what are those things that people make your mom used to make them called? That's probably how they came up with it. You would just like throw a can of like canned fruit and then like a cake
like a dump thing.
A dump cake. You know that's what it was, right? Somebody was sitting at home like, what do I have in my cabinet that I can make for dessert? Let me just dump a bunch of stuff in there, and whatever it is, it is.
Thank you, Lord, that we just don't identify like that anymore. Like I was eating things like dump that had dump in it. Like I don't want to eat. I don't want to. If I am what I eat, I don't want to be a dump.
Wade says I vote for the button that says Rachel says balls.
Balls.
Steph, thank you very much for the $5 super chat. Ella, third time asking, does it have to be egg for a contest or can it be another food decorated like an egg? I thought we answered that.
Well, it could.
Doesn't have to be.
It doesn't have to be no. Like if you can use a paper craft in order to make an egg and decorate it, then I guess you could turn an avocado, which is egg looking, into something. It would still count. It needs to look like an egg. If it's like a square decorated, I don't think that would count. But anything that looks egg-like.
So Wild Turkey wants to know, will keto stop chin hairs from growing on us old gals?
No. I can grow a goatee stronger than him. And I feel like since we've upped our protein and I eat so much collagen, I am tweezing like the dickens. And I'm telling you, here's a pro tip. All right, definitely too much information, but like it's me, so you know, it's TMI. I have to carry a tweezers in the car because there is a sunlight that, I mean, just a lighting and a perspective you don't get in your mirror at home, and I don't care how close it magnifies. I'll get in the car and be totally feeling good about myself, and I will catch myself in the mirror and see I've got a longer chin hair than like Crystal Gale could grow, like coming off my face, and I'm like, how did I miss that this morning? How?
That is too much TMI.
How did I miss that?
I've got some TMI for you. I've learned something this weekend. If you're really dehydrated, just go spend a few hours in the Gulf, in the Florida Gulf waters. So generally, you know, they say when you go to the restroom, that if it's the yellow, right, then you're dehydrated.
I'm sorry,
when
guys.
it's clear, you're not. I had the clearest pee for 2 days. Why? And it's funny. I mentioned it on Chris and Miriam's live stream. And why? Because think about your skin is the largest organ of your body. So if you spend hours in the water, you're absorbing all of that sodium and all those great minerals from the salt water.
We don't make good decisions with our mouth on alive. I'm sorry.
We do. We make very good decisions. Heather said, I don't measure anything. Haley always asks for recipes. I just give her ingredients.
Okay, like just put these things together. You can't do that to me because I'm the worst. Whatever it is, like, should this be more than this? It's like, no, I never get it right.
Steph said, I had to refresh from going back and looking at the branch. Does it have to be an... Okay, so that's the second part of it. What is this?
Those black chin hairs are the worst. You're right. And they are made out of a different fiber than the rest of your hair, right? Like I get like arm hair and it's like soft, and then you'll have like your hair in your regular hair in your head, and it's got a certain consistency. And this thing is made out of like, I don't know, like a wire coat hanger or something. And sometimes you'll pull those and I feel like they're load bearing. Like, oh my gosh, I pulled it and I feel it in the back of my neck. How did it, like, where is the root of this thing? Scary.
Tania says she votes for a button with Rachel saying balls and nut juice.
Nut juice. I have some nut juice right here.
This is why people give us hate comments.
I know. That and your voice.
Yeah, my voice. Yeah,
we got a couple today. We get a lot of hate comments
about my voice.
Yeah. 8 ounces of nut juice.
You put too much ice in there.
I put extra ice because I like it getting melty after I'm done. It's like a second drink.
Then it's watered down.
It's like a second drink when it melts. But 8 ounces of nut juice of the almond.
Just sounds bad.
Of the almond
Can
persuasion.
You stop calling it that, please?
And then the scoop of the Perfect Keto strawberry collagen, because I don't know. I mean, it's doing a job, but it tastes like dessert to me. So.
I will give you like hour-long butt.
You mean a back rub?
Back rub.
Is that what you're looking for?
Just stop calling it nut juice.
No.
It sounds so bad.
I know. Well, it doesn't sound as bad as what you just said. Can't take you anywhere.
Sabrina said not to change the subject, but I made your Cheez-Its recipe today. Oh my goodness.
I am so glad you tried that. Yeah, if you have never tried that before and you're looking for just a keto crackers, and it's not super hard to make, and they're so good. The challenge though is not eating the entire batch every time you make it. That's the hardest part for us because it's so good. But I recommend, if you are going to a party, that you bring that as the dish when people are like, oh, poor thing, you're on keto. And then you share that and they're like, oh my gosh, like these are your snacks?
Shauna said that guy trolls Keto Connect videos.
Oh, okay.
It figures.
So it's just not just us. Should we feel glad that we're on his radar? Thanks.
Diane said Dane never makes same things twice either, varying results.
Yeah, sometimes you're like, nailed it. And sometimes you're like, I know that this could have been better.
Deb loves your top.
Oh, thank you. I am very rarely tan. So I'm in that part where it's like the sunburn is turning into tan, so I've got to get it in. In 5 minutes, I will be white again.
Speaking of summer, we discovered we don't wear suntan lotion, and if you want to know why, because there's so many chemicals in there, and I believe it actually causes more.
We felt
problems.
Like we were getting more burnt.
You're better off with zinc. Dr. Berry talks about making your own, just using like zinc and coconut oil and maybe some like lotions or something like that. But we don't. Generally, we go out, we may get a little red, and then the next day you're tan.
Yeah.
But when you're out on that water, it hits you really quickly. So we discovered those SPF shirts, like the long sleeve shirts, and like we bought them there, and oh my gosh, those things are awesome.
They worked really well,
and they dry like instantly.
I'm gonna be searching the thrift stores for them because I see them every once in a while.
They're expensive. They're like $45.
But I've always been very conscientious about anything that like sticks to me too tight.
But they don't.
You're going to see every roll in the world. But like, it doesn't. It's not as bad as I thought it would be, and I really like not getting burnt.
Yeah. Shauna, thank you very much for the $15
nut juice
super
and
chat.
butter back rubs. HBE for Rachel. Thank you. Yeah. Wow. I'll have to get off so I can.
Steph said I had to reload from studying the tree and vine, so I may have missed the answer.
Yeah, right. I know. Watch our ghost back here, okay? Because who knows what's going on in there.
Somebody said sunlight shows all the hairs.
It's crazy though, but I just feel like they're so dark and formidable and long that I just don't understand what's going on in my regular mirror. Is it one of those mirrors in my bathroom that's like the mirrors in like a dressing room at the mall? Because you know how like those like really slenderize you and make you feel like awesome? I feel like it's telling my face, you're fine. You're absolutely fine. Just go out there into public with that curly little hair in your chinny chin chin. fine.
Chris said, better tweezers in the car instead of Twizzlers.
True.
That is very true.
Patty says, I'm having nut juice and chocolatey Quip protein.
For those of you who don't know what it is, a few people have messaged that, like, why do we call it...
Nut juice.
Nut milk, right? Because, like, almond milk, because it's not a milk.
You can't...
It's literally, that's what it is,
it's
right? They take some almonds or they take some macadamia nuts and you basically put them into a pulp and then squeeze the juice and then mix it with water. It's mostly water is what you're paying a lot of money for, mostly water.
Well, and we recently did that, the review of like all the different milks to see how they froth up, because we were totally blown away by that. And then we had the keto milk review that came out today, which I really did like it hot. But it didn't froth very well.
No, it didn't froth at all.
But it's because different companies add more water than others as they're making their product, so you get either less fat or more fat. Because it's all almond.
Kim said, I'm cracking up over the chin hair. We must be twins when it comes to those little devil black chin hairs. They are a bugger to pull out. I have tweezers in the car, my purse, and my medicine cabinet.
I can't, and there's always more to get. The other thing that throws me for a loop is the random white, wiry hairs in my eyebrows. Why? What is going on in there? Why are they like a different material? I can understand they're a different color. My hair is completely turning white, but what's going on with it being a different consistency? That I don't understand.
Chris said he gets comments about his voice. People keep saying he sounds like Seth Rogen. I would take that. He said, I get it every few weeks. Yeah, no, what they say is that my voice is annoying and Rachel is way too dancy and happy and she needs to tone it down a little bit, that it's very annoying. We actually have a vlog coming out, so if you're not subscribed to the channel and hitting that little bell button, you definitely want to, because we have a vlog coming out from the other day where we read hate comments
that people have about us. It's fun.
Andrea said, how can anybody give you hate comments? I love listening to you.
Bless your heart. Well, you know
Nut juice.
Because your voice is higher pitched than a lot of guys. But let me tell you something. When it's worked in my favor, honey, because if we've got to talk to a Bill or something, he can totally disguise himself as me. And like, I don't have to wait online. So the joke is on everybody else, because I feel like I'm blessed, because they're like, yes, excuse me, ma'am. And he'll just look at me like, ugh. And I'm like, hey.
Speaking of waiting on hold, poor Anthony. First of all, poor Anthony got jury duty again. He's so upset. He's had it like 3 times. I've never had it.
I just got a fishing license and I am waiting for the summons, because every single time you usually do something in your to do with the county, it puts you in the pool.
Yeah.
So what is he doing?
I don't know. He's very upset about it. But so our annual passes for Universal Studios have to be renewed, and if you renew them now, they're offering you like to do monthly payments, and you're gonna get 3 free months.
Right.
But if you pay for it all up front, they'll give you 20% off, plus 3 free months. But you got to pay for it all up front.
That's a daunting amount.
But you have to do it either over the phone or in person by March 31st. And he is not going back to the park they wouldn't let him do it the other day. They said you have to wait until 5 days before. So he tried calling today. The poor kid, and I said to him, let me know when you get them, because we need to do ours. And the poor kid stood on hold for an hour.
And nothing.
Like, we're going to work, and it's on hold. And he's like, you can't even, like, they don't even have the option of, like, hey, press this button and we'll call you back when something comes up. No. Waits about an hour. He's at work. He can't listen to his music at work. He's got his headphones on. He's listening to this whole music. And then all of a sudden he looks at me and he's like... He's like, it disconnected.
Oh,
so
that's the worst.
he calls back another hour and a half and disconnect. He literally spent 3 hours. He never got a hold of them.
Somebody messaged me on Instagram and was asking, like, how much is the parking permit for, like, a day at the park? Because they're like, I know you guys go a lot.
I think it's like $25.
We're from out of state. We're going to be going from the summer. Do you mind letting us know? Now, it includes it. Like,
yeah, when we bought our pass, we actually upgraded to the high. They have like a low one, And then they have like a medium one and then the high one. We have like the higher up one because it includes free parking because that will add up very quickly. And it was like $100 difference.
So I sat on the hold line.
Good luck.
For 40 minutes myself. And it was like, you know, there was no end in sight. So I was like, I was pretty sure that I remembered it was about $25 a day, which I think is highway robbery. All right. Like, what, you better entertain my car for $25 a day.
Oh, yeah.
It should have like a wash, right? Like $25 a day is just sitting there.
Heather said they wear those fishing SPF shirts and they're loose. They wear them on the motorcycle.
Yeah, it's. I thought it would be like.
No, they
tight.
were very comfortable.
Yeah, they were nice.
Jenna said nothing there. 1 minute and an inch there and an inch long the next. For
Yes.
like your hairs. Rosie O'Donnell's found one and put in a bead on it.
Oh, that is so awesome. I actually really miss her talk show. I think she had like the funnest talk show. It was so good. But I feel like I remember her doing that too. Because it's crazy.
Blaine said, I think I finally dialed in the right amount of ice for my Keto Chow ice cream. It's about finding, once you get that right amount, and then you literally can count the ice cubes. The only time you're going to get screwed up is where all of a sudden you don't have enough ice and you have to go buy a bag of ice and now it's all different. Because it goes by what kind of ice it is.
I was going to say, different types of ice make different things.
Yes.
Lisa says, I hate those chin hairs. Me too. Ugh.
Mary said on the gray eyebrow hairs.
Yes, it's like this. It's like, hey, over there. And you can't ignore it. There's no way. I can't even stand them on Joe. I've got to pull them.
He said if you eat frog legs, it'll prevent chin hairs.
You know what? I guess I'm going to have some chin hairs, all right? I guess, you know what? I'm going to look like the Grateful Dead guys, or the Duck Dynasty before I'm eating that.
Steph said they only hate because, we are...
Oh, okay. Oh, thank goodness. I was like...
It says excellent connection.
I need to stop putting my hands up because every time...
Stop moving your hands.
Yeah, because it's like, oh, I sense a dumb look on Rachel's face. Let's pause it right there, guys.
I don't know if it's going in or out because I'm watching a video and I keep seeing that, but it says excellent connection. So
there it goes.
YouTube is not receiving enough video.
How does that even a thing?
We gotta back up.
Oh, Blaine says 171 watching and only 54 likes. Oh, I see us back, but it's like slow. Where do I find Rog Legs, Heath? 58 now. Oh, Joe Re Mi Faso Lati Do. Let's see. Oh, I froze again. We have to pay $18 a day for parking at the Cabana Bay Hotel at Universal. That also doesn't cover if we drive to the parks, so we're not. That's so crazy. Why? I just don't understand. If you're staying at the hotel, don't they have enough money from you? I see you.
It says it's up.
There it goes.
We're not caching. That's kind of weird, so.
I see it there. It just looks
stream status.
I'm not getting any buffering. Good. Seems fine now. All right, awesome.
I don't know. It says stream status is poor. We're going to watch it.
Squally says $25 is the growing rate at my park. Always get the pass with all the perks. It will pay off. That's what we found.
Well, it's funny. So when we got our annual pass included a free Halloween Horror Nights, which is worth like $100. So the pass was $150 more for the higher end one. So you're going to get a free Halloween Horror Nights, which is worth $100. We're like, okay, that's part of it. And you got free valet parking, which was like $50 a day. So we're like, this is definitely worth it. Then COVID hit. They canceled Halloween Horror Nights and no more valet parking. So they did do things like you get on a fast pass where you can skip all the lines starting at 2 o'clock every day. And they let you in earlier.
They extended the amount.
Oh, and they gave us like 4 or 5 free months. And then there was a couple of other things. They did a good job of like making things up to us. So we were pretty happy about that.
Oh, good. Everybody's saying there's no buffering. Deb says, Rachel, to find frogs, go to a well-frog populated pond and you go at night and catch them. My uncle...
Oh my gosh, camping Patreon suggestion, trailer balls.
Trailer balls! Let's make some trailer balls. So my uncle used to go frog gigging. All you needed, because they were like,
I want to go do that.
Dirt
so bad.
poor. All you needed was a sharp stick, because you literally just like shine the light and gig them.
Yeah,
they're
I want to
very.
do that. I don't know why you can't go do that.
You take that someplace else.
I think you would really enjoy it. I really think you would really enjoy it, and then we can go cook it.
No,
I mean,
we tried fishing.
We weren't very good at that.
I am so glad
you were great at feeding them.
I was so good at feeding them. So I would put.
We have a video on that.
I would put my shrimpy in, which they loved the shrimp. They were not so big on like the shiners, but I'd put my shrimp in, and you would see like 25 cowfish.
Oh, more than that. They were triggerfish.
Yeah, come right up. I mean, basically, they're just like on the reef or on the walls, on the piling walls. They just hang out there, and they come out, and they have the sweetest little faces. And tiny,
do you know how much fish collectors pay to get those fish?
They're tiny little mouths. And it was just enough for them to like slurp up all of the stuff, everything
leave
on
the shell from the shrimp on the hook, and we would like quadruple hook that thing, and they would get everything up. So there were a bunch of snapper down there, so we're like, we want the snapper. We did catch one. He was about this big.
Yeah.
And we would throw it down, so I'm like, okay, I'm going to cast way out underneath the bridge. Okay, stream is healthy.
All right, good.
I'd cast way out, and I'd start like trolling it back in, and then here comes like 50 more triggerfish.
Yes, they were so cute though.
And you couldn't catch them.
No.
And not that they actually are good eating if you could catch them. But I mean, there were hundreds of them.
It means nothing if you can't catch them.
It ended up being a 3-hour thing of Rachel just like, we've got 2 bags of bait. So she just was literally like, they were 6 inches below the water. She was just like putting in and like, I want to feed them. And she would drop it in, and within like 10 seconds, the shrimp is gone. And there's like 25 fish there, just like, where's the rest?
Where's the rest, Mom?
And the snapper would come over, look at it, and then the triggerfish would chase him away.
This restaurant's too crowded, is what the snapper would say. I'll come back later. The line's too long to get in.
Squally said $25 is the going rate at my park. Always get the pass at all the parks. It pays off. Yep. Missy MC said, need to buy an ice cream maker. What size for 14-ounce made keto chow? 1.5 or 2 quarts. Both of them will work.
Whatever's cheaper.
Whatever's cheaper.
Whatever's on sale.
Danny said, my friend's husband works doing sign language all day. When he sleeps, he signs in his sleep, and it drives his wife crazy, getting whacked by his hand and his arm movements.
That is so amazing, though. I can do like the alphabet, and I've learned a few like songs, but I always thought that was so fascinating. Like I always wanted to learn more sign language. I have some friends that sign. I think that's amazing.
Jason says it's time to join the Dollar Shave Club.
Anthony's a member of that club.
Yeah, well, he canceled because he had so many that he just like, he's like, I've got so many of these.
Well, here's the thing. Is he using any of it? He's got like a giant beard. I mean, he could play Jesus in the Easter play. Like he's got like long hair and a beard. So I don't know what he needs. Maybe his armpits.
Lisa said, hopefully if I have better energy tomorrow, I'm going to attempt to make keto chow tomato basil challenge dish.
Nice.
Yeah, make sure if you're interested, if you like the tomato basil, if you like the savory, they're doing some giveaways right now because the expiration date's coming up, and there's not going to be any big bags until like the fall. So if you need any of it, get it now. It'll be perfectly fine for a few months past the expiration date. That's just where you're going to get the most benefit, like where they say that the vitamins aren't going to go bad. But I'm telling you, go ahead and get some, especially when you get some for free.
Hello, she just got
Fear
back.
Factor frog legs.
She just got back from Kentucky on vacation with my brother and sister-in-law, and I was like so jealous, but it made me really excited for Ketopalooza later this year. I'm so excited.
Renee said, go floundering, much more beneficial.
Yes. I love flounder too, but I remember the first time as a kid, we used to use a dip net a lot. Like, that is the funnest thing. Take the kids to the beach and just get a dip net and let them just slide it into the sand because you don't think you're seeing anything. You don't think that there's anything there. And there's all of these fun little creatures like crabs and stuff that come up. And we got a baby flounder, but you know, everything, both of its eyes and all of the coloring is on one side. The other side is nothing. And I remember being like, oh my gosh, this one's broken. Like, this fish is broken.
That's what we used to fish for when I was a kid in New York.
They're delicious.
Fluke and flounder.
Yeah.
Danny said, my friend's husband works to... Oh, we read that one.
Wait, hold on. How do you get fish to drink Shiner Bock beer? I don't know. I've never tried to get a fish drunk.
Heather said she sent you a video of a new roller coaster.
Really?
Yes.
The Dragon Slayer at Adventureland.
Yeah,
Where is that?
She said it's 5 miles from her. She said it's insane. That's an Anthony thing.
I am excited about the new Jurassic Park one that they're putting Universal.
That's the only reason I'm renewing the pass.
Right. And it goes right over a bridge that, like, you walk down. I'm excited. I like
Sabrina said, how about shrimping? Went in the Indian River years ago and caught 600 in one night. Had a shrimp fest to die for.
I absolutely love shrimping. You've got to have the right dock for that. And yeah, we would just sit there with a net on one side, and as the tide would go out, they just float right into your net. Like, right. You're not even having to really work for it. Because, I mean, we used to vacation on the Intercoastal in Fort Pierce when I was in middle school and high school. And it was just the coolest. Now, I will say they started dredging a lot to make rooms for more cruise ships to come into that Fort Pierce area. And once they did, the animals that were giant got confused because all of a sudden there's all this deep water. So we would get stingrays that were bigger than a tabletop, and we got a giant sharks in there, and we did see some dolphin, which was cool, but it was like, you're not supposed to be here.
Mary said, 100-year-old wooden roller coaster in Vancouver, British Columbia, just a bar across your lap. Now that's a roller coaster.
That's a roller coaster.
I'm not a fan of wooden roller coasters because I don't like the bumpiness.
I think they're so cool, though.
Ones. They're cool, but I just don't like that bumpiness.
Wooden roller coasters make me feel like I'm a part of history. Like, it makes you feel like this is something that's been around for a really long time. Like, I think it's cool.
So, Chris said, Keto Palooza Hotel does not have any hypoallergenic rooms. They all potentially had dogs in them previously.
Oh, no.
There's no pet-free floors. Yeah, Chris is very allergic. We can't get a room right now because the rooms are like over $300 a night. So we're looking for something.
Oh, you said that they love shiners. So I was just wondering, that's what we call bait fish.
Those were mackerel.
Oh, you had used mackerel?
That's what the guy gave me mackerel. But he's like, don't fish with the mackerel. He's like, what I want you to do, because when we went and got stuff, because we bought some new rods because we left our rods at home. And he was like, take the mackerel, cut it up, and throw it in the water as chum.
We chummed it.
Yeah, you just got more triggerfish.
Yeah.
Shauna said, I keep thinking it isn't bologna, the antithesis of clean.
Right. Well, I don't know. I've seen some that are pretty good, especially like the beef bologna. I kind of started steering away so much from like the lips and buttholes bologna that we used to eat, where you're kind of like, what's in here?
Right.
When I grew up, sorry, Mom, I'm totally going to tell you. My lunch, for some reason, my mom always got pickle and pimento loaf. That stuff, where it's like bologna with olives in it. Do y'all ever eat that growing up? Because that was my lunch meat. It must have been what my mom enjoyed, and so she bought that. But there was no turkey breast or ham in our lunches. It was all pickle and pimento loaf.
So Joe Ray said, use Autumn's link for Keto Palooza $129 a night. They told me there are no more. Rates at that. At least that's what they told me when I called them earlier today. They said there were no more rooms.
Oh.
I looked today. The rooms were $129 night. The Keto, that was like 4 hours ago when I checked. Oh. Yeah, it says it, and then when you go to book it, it says there's no more. And so I called them, and they said they are sold out of the $129 rooms.
Shauna says, I only like beef bologna. We got some really amazing ones when we visited bologna when we visited the Amish country.
Yes.
With your mom that time. Like, I remember it. It was that good.
So somebody said, yeah, Chris said, I'm from New York. Yeah, I'm originally from New York. I've been here for 26 years. Rachel is a 7th generation Floridian.
Yes, I am. Lori got the virtual tickets. I thought that was so awesome.
That is cool.
I was really excited about that because, a lot of people can't travel or it just falls at a bad time of year. So how fun. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh. Wherever they put the camera, I'm just going to go up and talk to everybody.
Steph said Hillary used to go crabbing when we fished until one chased her across a small road we were on. She was about 4 at the time. It was hilarious.
So you can pick up a crab. I'm probably not showing it right. Like if you pick them up by this bottom side, like here's the 2 crab hands, the claws in the back, and you can pick them up safely without them reaching around and getting you.
I grew up because, again, I grew up on the water in New York, and so we had blue claw crabs in our backyard. So every summer we would get the crab chops, throw them out there. I never ate the crab, but my mom loved them. Yeah. We're actually planning on, when we go visit my mom's favorite thing is stone crab.
That's her favorite thing.
And so we're going to bring her some, because of course she doesn't know we're coming. So we're going to grab some and bring them up with us. I used to have them mailed to her.
I just want to go on record. Kids, I need you to tell me when you're coming to visit. Like, what if she, like, I got to pick my house up.
Her house is in the middle of construction.
I know, but like,
and my sister knows we're coming.
Oh, okay. So
she's just been told not to.
Because, like, what if you have your laundry out?
If you are 81 years old, almost 82 years old, and your kids just show up, you will be thrilled. Especially when you haven't seen them in a couple of years.
I'll be thrilled if I know I've got, like, food for you, and I've got, like, all the sheets washed.
No. Well, we're not staying in her house.
I know. But still, like, don't you want to know when company's coming?
No. They sold out.
Oh, okay. So they're talking about, I love pimento loaf lunches of yesteryear. Christopher says, I tried to book mine this weekend and it was all sold out at that hotel. Joe Ray's gonna let Autumn know. I think you texted her too.
I did. I messaged her.
Just to let her know.
Amy said, Joe, what cast iron skillet do you cook in, the black or the white one? So we have both. So I use the black. Honestly, I don't really cook in our black ones that much. Those are the ones that you would usually get super high heat for like searing and stuff like that. Because now we just cook on the Blackstone. The other ones, like whenever I'm making my chili, things like that, I have the white enameled ones, and that's what I use for pretty much anything else. I really do not use, like I have some nonstick from, why can't I think right now? Le Creuset, but they're really for Rachel. For when she's doing cooking.
When I'm cooking.
I just go cook on the Blackstone.
We need specially Rachel-proof
But
ones.
any other cooking I'm doing, everything is done usually in cast iron, like in the enamel covered cast iron.
Oh, he says, I'm glad we got our $129 room on Monday. We're bringing our Tabitha lookalike named Delilah. Does Delilah enjoy floating in the pool like Miss Tab does?
See if I can.
Deb says, yeah, your mom's going to be so surprised. Lori says, my grandfather would put a chicken neck in a Tuffy pan scrubber and go crabbing. He took me crabbing down in St. Pete. So much fun. Yeah, that's another thing. When you can use the crab traps and yeah, you can just put like stuff in it and they will come out of the woodwork. It's just like Deadliest Catch, only like in South Florida instead of Alaska. They're totally drawn to whatever you put in there. We used to even use like, you know, chicken bones and all kinds of stuff. Steph says, Joe, you sound like Hill. She will sit through a hailstorm to fish, but she won't eat fish. Yeah. It's like a sport. It's just like, I mean,
I will not like, we'll either catch and release or like I will bring them to somebody. We won't just kill them for no reason.
Oh my gosh, no.
But I do enjoy certain fish. Like I do enjoy tuna. I don't like tuna fish, like canned tuna fish, but I like fresh tuna. And I love sushi.
If we would have caught one big enough, I would have eaten it.
I mean, we actually got some fresh yellowfin tuna from a local place, and I was going to eat it as sushi, and Rachel didn't want to. I mean, my dad and I went fishing for giant tuna and literally would reel it in and start eating it. They would start making wasabi right there on the boat, and we'd eat it, and there'd be none left by the time we got back.
Enjoy.
Here's your picture.
Yeah, there's Tab.
Decided to just like, let me go out in the pool.
She's just living her best, you know, Labrador Retriever life. So, Danny says, I grew up eating Conn's bologna and Land O'Lakes cheese. Fried bologna is also yummy. I love fried bologna. It has got the perfect, everything that, when you would eat bologna, it always leave a film on the roof of your mouth. But if you eat fried bologna, all of that like tallow, you're cooking in it. and it would just it would char up so good. Almost as good as bacon. Sometimes it would crisp up.
Matrey said, I'm going to have to seriously plan for Ketopalooza since they don't seem to have a microwave in the room, just a mini fridge. I don't want to eat out much. Thank goodness for keto.
Yes, I'm the same. Yeah. So different hotel rooms have different things, but we got to find some place to sleep, and probably not $300 a night.
No.
We got to...
Bridget said, Grandma had to know when guests were coming. One year I told her I was sending a gift, and I showed at the door.
Oh, Shelly says Delilah's never been in the pool.
Neither was Tabitha until Anthony and Sarah decided, I
think she'd really love it.
We're going to make her a water dog.
Yeah.
Len said, I went to a place in Memphis a few years ago, Cozy Corner. They serve barbecue bologna, smoked seasoned, cut about 1 inch thick on a bun with barbecue sauce.
So some of the places, like Costco does it and Sam's Club, and we used to get it at Gordon Food Services. You could get the whole big thing of bologna, the whole log. And it was very reasonable we were always all about saving money, right? So we got a meat slicer, and you could get the big things of meat way cheaper and just, slice your own.
Danny said, I need a doormat to say, don't bother knocking unless I knew you were coming. Now, here's the funny thing. I am like that. I cannot stand when somebody shows up at my house.
So you're going to do the same thing you can't stand.
Yeah, but my sister knows that we're coming.
So you feel like it's not as bad.
It's not as bad.
I don't know.
She will be super happy. Caboodle said, it looks like Ketopalooza hotel rate is still available for Thursday through Saturday night as of right now. Just took all the way to the purchasing, and it showed available for its worth. Yeah, but it's through Saturday night. And we're going to be there until Monday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He said that he figured we would take the RV, but I'm afraid we might be too far away from the venue.
Yeah, I don't know what's available.
I don't know how close we are.
Plus, it's like a 15, 16-hour drive.
Yeah, so you might just fly in.
Oh, I believe me, by the time you're done, it's like 5 hours. It's like 5 hours for flying, and that's not including the 2 hours you have to be at the airport ahead of time.
Yeah, my mom said it was a lot longer to.
And if we drive, I don't have to wear a mask on the plane the whole time and all that stuff. So, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
I know that Autumn wants us to drive just to see a vlog out of it.
Oh, fun. I don't know. Well, it'll depend on how cheap we can get a hotel room.
Rachel said, confused. Is Ketopalooza in June or August? I see 2 different dates. So this Ketopalooza is from Autumn. Watch Autumn Keto. It's a completely separate one.
Yes, yeah. I saw there was another one.
That's a different Ketopalooza. It's in San Diego, which was moved to August.
But Autumn's is in Louisville, Kentucky.
Yes. Yep, that's in September. Let's see.
Shauna says, is anyone close enough that's driving willing to bring me a coffee pot? I'll buy one. Yeah, because we can't use the coffee pot in the hotel.
Yeah, no.
You know what I may do is bring our pour over thing, because you can bring that anywhere. The thing that's in a little, and all you need is real hot water.
Yeah.
If you use water and heat it up in a hotel room microwave.
Yeah, but they're saying that there's no microwave.
Oh.
Maybe you can just go 5 days with no coffee.
You crazy. You're crazy. You need to get right.
Kabuto said, we're just booking elsewhere for Sunday night if we stay that night.
Oh, that's good.
That's cool.
Denise says, we have to take a microwave to Vegas, staying at New York, New York. I'm super jealous. I love Las Vegas. I just think it's so fun because I like looking at all the hotels and decorations. What was your favorite hotel to look at?
Oh my gosh, it's been Las so Vegas? Long. I haven't been there in 20 years.
Really?
Vegas?
It has been that long.
We've been together for 14 and we haven't been there together.
Well, that's true. I went right before I met you. Years. I can't believe that.
I don't even think I would recognize it. I liked Old Town. I used to go down. I liked Circus. I mean, I like the new stuff, but I like Circus. I like to
put a real coin in, and I like to pull the lever. You only find that down there,
like Circus. I doubt that stuff's even there anymore.
Don't you like just pulling the lever? I don't want to push the button.
When you played It was not about gambling. It was just about the fun of it. But then when you play and you would win the quarters and your hands are all like black from handling the quarters.
That's sanitary.
It was so much better than just like put a card in and now you have no idea the money is there or not. Shauna, thank you very much for the $5 super chat. Said, Joe, you do not want me or Rachel 5 days without coffee.
No, that is, oh my gosh, we're going to need bail money, okay? Like, you don't want us without coffee. That is too long without coffee. Remember when we tried to do an intermittent fast, or not intermittent fast, it was a long fast and no coffee. Because my pastor had kind of challenged me, like, you say but coffee, but like, is that really kind of a vice at this point?
January.
And I was like, oh, fine, I'll do it with no coffee. And I almost killed you.
I feel like next January, your fast should be coffee, not food.
You're crazy.
Because I think you love coffee more than food.
It's close. It's
so
very close.
I think you should do 30 days, 31 days.
You're so
with
cute.
No coffee.
You're so cute.
You got to give it up.
You're so cute.
Christopher said the venue is right in the middle of downtown Louisville. I don't know about RV setup, but it's probably sometime to the event. Yet I'd have to look around. He said because if we take the RV, we could have the Blackstone so we could do a meetup. They're driving 14 hours.
I like how you're thinking. I like this. More meats.
Caboodle is driving, so she'll bring an electric teapot.
Okay, pour over. Yes. Okay, thank you. Yes. That's all we need is an electric teapot. Because what worries me with the coffee pot being packed, especially if you have to fly, is if you have any, like if there's a glass, I guess you can get a stainless steel one.
Our pour over is stainless steel.
No, but I'm talking about like if you get a regular coffee pot.
Right.
Then it's, a lot of times it's glass and I'm worried it's going to break.
You just need to be like Chris and Miriam. Just don't drink coffee. Then this is not an issue.
No, I can't do that.
Just drink a bunch of Diet Coke.
I drink it for your protection, sir.
Okay, I think we are going to get off.
Well, the Keurig. Yeah, they do a single Keurig too.
Yeah.
Like a travel one.
Yeah.
And I think they come in cute colors too.
I don't think we're going to buy a Keurig just for flying on a plane.
You never know. You never know.
Shauna said, funny, Joe, remember, for better or worse, Rachel fasting coffee could be the worst.
Those are not part of our marriage vows. There is nowhere in those that I promise that I'm not going to drink coffee. That's the worst, and for better and for worse, I guess.
He said, go back and watch my keto travel video. I listed a collapsible tea coffee pot that is perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, we have one. We actually have one. We have two different ones. We have the pour over that's completely collapsible for camping.
Yes.
Then we have another
one. But you need hot water.
But then we have another one that is a bug. Like it's a pot, right? And then it's got a pour over on top of that. Christopher said, okay, I never eat coffee. Rarely drink it, I mean.
And Joe, where will you be living when Rachel stops drinking coffee? Yes, that is a fair question, Mom. A fair question.
We would save enough money to buy another RV.
You're probably right. You know what? I like the RV we're in just fine.
Susie said, honor your host by giving them time to prepare for you unless they've specifically said come anytime. No need to call ahead.
Susie's completely right. Honor your host by giving them time to prepare for you.
We're hosting ourselves.
You're not.
We are. We're saying in our
But you're like dropping in. What if she has plans?
She's 81 years old, living with my sister, and her house is under major construction for the last year. Like, she will be thrilled. You know how like my goal is to always make you cry? I'm going to make my mom cry.
Aw. Lori says, coffee is the one vice I refuse to give up. Amen, sister. Like that. That's good. That's the one thing that I'm like.
Okay, so there you go. Sabrina said, take Eleanor, check out Charleston State Park on the Indiana side. 10 miles from Louisville.
We camp hosted there last year. Okay.
I want to camp host. Rachel won't do it. She's like, that is too much work.
Do you see how amazing that they keep the campsites, raking it and like cleaning everything, details? I mean, they're so detail oriented. This one guy was so brilliant. He needed to rake the campsites, and to save time, he made a tool.
Took a piece of PVC pipe, made a big long thing, and then put four tubes where he can put rakes on it, and now he pulls one thing,
smart.
which is pulling 4 rakes, and now he can rake the entire campsite in 30 seconds as opposed to 20 minutes.
If you have to rake leaves, That's like the
I
best
was talking
thing
to
ever.
a camp host. So the Florida Keys state parks are very difficult to get in. They're like 11 months out booked. And you have to get lucky. And
just
so
sit there.
I was talking to
somebody giving up theirs?
Like one of the camp hosts the other day. And she's like, there is one person who's there, and he just camp hosts the Keys all years long. Because if you
He's no dummy.
There's a 2-week time limit to stay in any of the state parks.
Do they lift that if
you camp host, you can stay, I think he said for 6 weeks. So what he does is he goes to the one, goes there for 6 weeks, goes to the next one, goes there for 6 weeks, and then he just keeps bouncing back and forth.
It's
stays
brilliant.
at all the Keys ones, and you get to stay for free.
Honestly, I find that most campers are very respectful of the area.
Right.
I've never seen anybody just like, tearing pages out of a notebook and just like throwing trash everywhere. Everybody like is pretty much very like into conservation and like leaving things better than they found it.
Jenna said, Joe, what about your mom's boyfriend?
Right? Won't it be awkward when you get there and Fabio is like making her coffee?
Shauna said, my checkbook register actually has a coffee category.
I feel like you are adulting correctly, Shauna. Like, that's exactly what I think we should be doing.
Sabrina said, it depends on the park. We only had to work 10 hours a week. I'll tell you what, I think that the camp hosts at most of the state parks in Florida that we see, they're working 10 hours a day.
I know. It was amazing.
They really do work, because most of them only have like 2 camp hosts at most.
Yeah.
And like we were up at Silver Springs, there were 2 camp hosts with, I think there was 97 sites. And so they got to clean all the sites, clean all the bathrooms.
It was amazing.
It was
just
they do a lot of work.
Just incredible.
Blow off the leaves out of the parking lots.
Just amazing. But you know what I thought was really cool? There was an amusement park that would hire RVers and say like, okay, you can stay here for the entire summer. It was like full hookup. You have to work 8 hours a day, like a shift at the park, either running, some aspect of the park, whether it's like a concession stand or a ride or something, or a gift shop or something like that, for exchange of you get to stay in the park,
right.
And it looked awesome. Like, I thought that was super fun.
Okay, we are going to get off. It's what, 10:30 or 10 o'clock?
It's almost.
It's time to eat.
I'm just so excited we didn't like freeze up for 30 minutes. High five.
High five.
Yeah.
We even brought in like the backup
router
just in case.
Just in case. So, one more thing before we go. I don't know if Lori is still in here, but I just wanted to say I saw that her son Jonathan has a birthday. So can we end it by singing happy birthday to Jonathan?
Yes.
Here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jonathan. Happy birthday to you and many more.
Have a
great Thursday night.
Bye.